notes are out. Oh, I have to host you.
Good evening, everyone out there in the World Wide Web. My name is GM Dave, and I'm your host for Roleplay Games, and I would like to introduce to you the players of the Burnished Band this evening. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and introduce our players. First, we have the great Adita, played by Heidi Hogarten.
Hello.
Next, we have Nico Valborda, played by Mars. And to the bottom left, for your viewing pleasure, the lovely Theodora Valshim, played by Shadow Shura.
Hello. Nice to see everyone.
And of course, last but not least, the ever lover of lamb himself, the one, the only, Ceres, played by the great Stewie.
What?
Oh, thank you there, Ceres. That was lovely.
No problem.
All right, so before we begin our stream this evening, a couple quick things. Number one, don't forget to, if you're watching us right now, don't forget to follow us. Number two, we would like to thank Paradigm Concepts for developing Arcanis, the world of shattered empires, where we will set our scene this evening. And of course, I would like to give a shout out to Sirenscape, who provided us with some of the music you will be hearing this evening. And last but not least, I would also like to thank Hero Forge for giving us the models that you will see flash before your screens throughout play. All right. With all that being said, the scene is set. Let us go ahead and roll the intro for the Burnished Band.
Hey!
Hey!
The rise and fall of empires drives Arcanis. Their petty dramas played out against the backdrop of civilizations. Peaceable halflings, Insector de Sori and Ilhuan, they were all of them wiped out by the unstoppable force of reptilian Sethragor, whose magic twisted the elemental lords to forge the Elori. Elf-like children of nature, enslaved by Sethragoran might, abused by their cruel creators, the Elori revolted. They carved out a time of peace and order on Onara, a time when gods walked the earth. But peace is not the story of Arcanis. Ancient ships brought the humans to Onara. They slew the Elori gods, all but one. The human kingdoms rose and fell, and a dark human power grew in a mandragore. The sorcerer king who drew magic and power to him with unnatural might. In his arrogance, a curse was laid. The infernal hordes spewed forth across the world, crushing human, dwarf, and Elori in their wake. Rising to meet them, a last alliance of humanity, the Koryani Empire, forged in a time of legend. But the age of legends is long past, and the Koryani Empire is fading. The Elori of the Vast would return. The Sorcerer King, Lady Mandragore, sends black ships to capture all with arcane potential. Sethragor gathers power in dark machinations, and the human nations point swords at one another. Now, the mortal future is at stake. Heroes must choose the greatest good as often as the lesser of two evils. Arcanis, the world of shattered empires.
Now, before we begin tonight's adventure, we, as a fam, always like to do something, which is rolling for the one F-bomb for our PG-13 stream. So players, go ahead and roll. Nico with a 9, Theodora with a 4.
I swear this game is hell-bent on making sure I don't get it.
Slev is a... Wow!
Super low.
Oh, no!
Well, Nico, I'm glad that you came prepared for class today.
Yeah, seriously.
Alright, so I'm taking bets. How far into the game does Shura steal it?
I'm gonna try really hard not to.
Put me down for half an hour.
Half an hour, I got you. Don't worry.
I
love
want
how you-
exactly 43 minutes.
43 minutes, alright.
Oh, Seppi, we have Seppi at 5 minutes.
Oh my god,
Seppi has 5 minutes.
Alright, 5 minutes. Okay.
Seppi Snake is probably right, but I'm gonna stand by my 43. All
I'm
right,
gonna
folks
try
in the
my
chat,
hardest.
come on, place your bets. How long is it gonna take for Shura to steal the F-bomb? Ho.
Oh,
So,
I love you guys.
where we last left our heroes, they have arrived at the estate of Menesis Val Tenson, and they have begun the process of mingling with the different patrons. Our lovely Theodora discovered that Oriana Valshim, her cousin, was in attendance, and they had a wonderful family reunion. While Edita, so enamored with Oriana, would forget to speak and sometimes even stumbled over her words on occasion. The other people that was that you have met as well. Let's see, we have Oriana. We also have Attalus Valverdin, the stalwart Valverdin noble, who was speaking to, or who was being spoken at by Oriana before being rescued by both Theodora and Edita. Ceres and Nico, on the other hand, ventured around, interacted with a few of the patrons, but Nico's task was to make sure that Ceres did not eat anyone.
I mean, because he succeeded in that.
Let's see.
Technically, Ceres didn't eat anyone.
We also had the introduction of Alandre Valasante to Theodora, who discovered that she was wearing quite a bit of makeup to hide a potential black eye. So that raises some questions. And where we last left, Nico and Ceres happened to stumble upon two arguing holy people from respective churches. One seems to be from the mother church of Coriani. The other had wares that looks like they stood out to be a holy person from Kenseri. So our scene is set. The players are here. Burnished Band, what would you like to do?
What was the father's name again? Because we did get that. I just scribbled it down in a way that I can't discern what I wrote.
No problem. Give me one moment. Alandre's father?
Yes.
All right. I had it written here. Huh, 1 second.
Because Alandre's the bard girl, correct?
She's not a bard girl.
Whoa.
She's a noblewoman.
She's a noblewoman. I thought she had an instrument. That's why I associated her with being a bard.
No.
No, but she likes
Alandress
performances.
is a noblewoman.
Got it.
Got all
Okay.
off dress. Oh wait, that's Theodora's cousin.
We did convince the noblewoman to stick around with us, so that was a cool thing.
Yeah,
She
got
did,
her
that's
some
right.
rats.
Theodora told a story, if I recall.
I told a couple stories. Some succeeded, some failed. But then I was just really charismatic in getting her to totally rebel against the father and hang out with like the illustrious like nobles who saved Valtenson's grandson, nephew, grandnephew.
Grandnephew.
There we go.
So please keep in. Her father is currently not here, but her father is
Right.
Acastus Val Asante, who is basically he is just under the patriarch of the mother church.
My question is, Why were we invited here, and which one of the family wants the other bit of the family murdered? All right.
You were invited
question,
here.
or is that Ceres's question?
I mean,
That's my question. Suresa's only question is, why did this run out of lamb, and why are you rich people not filling this plate up?
You guys are here because you did a favor to the Valtenson household by rescuing Senator Tenson Balin's son in your very first adventure.
I don't believe that.
So this hunt is kind of a thank you to... And this is actually a very big event. There seems to be very notable people here.
And isn't Oriana here to do some kind of oracle dance?
Correct.
Right, okay.
All right. Nico, Ceres, do you go near to the two priests that are having a religious debate?
Yes, I'm going to go over to the priests, and I'm going to listen for a hot second.
All right. Nico?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow next to Ceres, just kind of keeping a hand on his shoulder and just trying to pick off the bits of clamshell that he somehow got on his tunic.
I just half expect this giant Ceres to be stalking these two old men in the middle of a religious debate, just eyeing their food. Sorry, but imagine it happening.
So are you going to keep talking, or are you going to finish that? What?
All right.
Ceres.
Oh, I don't know. I think we can recommend Ceres do the dance.
100%.
All right.
Actually, no. I think Nico. Let's have Nico
So,
do the dance at the 7
one gentleman says, if such an action were to occur, you realize that the loyal and faithful Ceretian and Nerathian clergy would have precedence over members of your Nihang Council. It would take your people generations to climb back up the ladder of power and engender the trust of the clerisy once again. The other gentleman, sipping from his goblet, laughed softly. Nonsense. Those remained behind were either Valmihans or Valmordanes, of poor instruction who saw the power vacuum as their only chance for advancement or worse. They come from the former Maranthian hegemony and are teaching the venerations of Sarish in a wholly heretical manner. Our holy patriarch is from the ancient Maranthian hegemony. Are you implying that he follows the path of the heretic? Not at all. Your patriarch's wisdom has initiated this interrogation. Are you implying that his divine grace is erring?
I have a sip of that glass. This lamb is very dry.
So the let's see. Dang it. Now I'm all messed up. Thank you.
It's fine.
All right.
I can imagine them both just stopping and be like, what?
Yeah, I can totally imagine that being in character.
What? Why not? They both turn to look at both Nico and the Lavender Ceresin.
Ugh. It's very dry. No gravy either.
Oh, you are the guests of the general, correct?
Yes, Kneecaps Val Nickelbite invited us. He is a very nice man.
Oh.
I think he means,
And you see...
is Valtedness.
You're not there!
Because I couldn't remember the name right away, so I would just say the correct name.
Menesis Valtenson.
I'm very sorry.
Hence, I'm fine.
Common is not my first language. It's very difficult for me. It's not my third language either. It's very difficult for me to understand the names, the complicated names that people come up with for their hegemony.
Garan, you seems to be kind of like holding his like this. It starts chuckling. However, the other individual, kind of a very tall, older, slender man who very much has that kind of cranky grandfather look about him. It's kind of looking at you like, it would appear that they will allow anyone into this formal event.
Agreed. It's very weird. I still don't know why I'm here. Either way, can I have some of that glass because I don't have mine? And this lamb, again, it was very dry with no gravy, no mint sauce.
That was actually a chicken cutlet, Ceres.
Was it? No wonder it was dry.
And Ceres, you also ate most of the clam shells, which...
Are clams? Where?
You ate most of them already. The shells included.
Well, the shells are crunchy bits. You have to have that. It's good fiber.
Yeah, but that's also why your mouth is so dry, because those are basically pure salt and sand.
Are they? Someone should have told me no. Either way, glass. Please, if you don't mind, you look like a very prestigious, honorable, wonderful person who would wonderfully share his glass with another person who is very thirsty.
We taught the lizard a lot of syllables.
A lot of
they taught me to be very diplosaurus about this.
Diplomatic.
Those words. Yes.
You see one individual, the taller individual, say, excuse me. And he kind of turns and walks away post-haste. And Garan says, well, we were having quite a fine discussion about the different religious sects between Canceri and the Mother Church. And he seemed like one of those individuals who is very protective of the Mother Church and doesn't want the Cancerese Church to come back into the fold. He seems like a very, what's the word?
Uptight.
What?
Uptight.
Actually, that's kind of where I was going to go with, too.
Is that the word? I don't know common very much, but uptight seems the word to use.
No, Ceres, that was the correct word, but it might just be the wrong circumstance to use it.
I am very sorry again. I do not understand your... people like to make flowery words to mean things that they don't actually mean. So I try my best to be
Diplomatic.
Yeah, those words.
Diplomaticus.
There it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
One of the words that someone said, that's what I meant.
I will admit, this is probably a much more entertaining conversation.
I am very happy to be here for you. Now, about that glass you're holding.
I believe there is a servant behind you that is off. You see a servant behind you, just like...
Ceres completely ignores the gentleman servant. And just
I will take the two glasses off and just pass one to Ceres.
What? But there's more glasses. How am I supposed to...
Ceres, one.
Another
you
glass,
take
please.
one. No.
Okay, it's done. Now I need another glass, please.
Since you said please, here's a second one.
There. Okay, this one I'll sip.
Good job, Nico. He's almost not grabbing them.
Yeah. Although I still say we need to invest in a leash, but that's just me.
No.
What do you mean invest it? How many leashes have you gone through?
6 today.
All right, that definitely sounds like a you problem and most closely related to your ineffectiveness in applying the leash. You know you're supposed to put it on the lizard, right?
Yeah, he put it in the lizard.
I don't think that's quite the same preposition.
It was made of leather. It is very tasty once you chew it enough.
Yeah, we might want to start getting chain leashes.
That's a bad idea. I disagree with this. I veto.
You don't get a vote. Voting is for citizens only. You're a lizard, remember? We've talked about this many times.
One of these days, I'll get the vote. I don't know what it is, but I'll get it.
Alondre kind of whispers into Theodora.
Because Theodora's just been standing back with like Alondra and Oriana, just watching all of this and just trying her best not to facepalm and just kind of laughing it off.
You do definitely see Oriana is doing that silent chuckle, like she's holding it in, whereas Alondre is just kind of looking with complete fascination. And she's like, are all soldiers like this and Ceresin?
Kind of, yeah, pretty much. It makes for very entertaining nights.
I mean, I heard that some nobility are become officers, but I've met some of those officers and none of them act like you soldiers.
Oh, honey. Those officers don't know how to actually interact with people.
Really?
What's an officer?
I mean, they're good with diplomacy and negotiating, and they all have their notable traits and their strengths. But when it comes down to actually speaking with people and relating with, common everyday people, they come off as very stiff and very boring.
Nico.
I see. Would you view General Meneses like that?
No, wait. Did we serve under Meneses? Confirming.
You
No.
did help in the Melindesian campaign. So
Right,
you would have
okay.
seen General Meneses.
Right. I never personally spoke with Meneses. He was a very good general, very inspiring though. He's very talented on the battlefield.
That's
Wow.
what she said.
Yeah, she said. Like she said,
I
he's
know,
very
she said it.
insipid. You know, very insipid on the battlefield. Wonderful. Amazing. That's the word she said, isn't it? What? Why is everyone laughing again?
Inspiring, Suresh.
Different
Different syllables, Suresh.
Close
Oh.
enough. Nico, what's an officer?
Yeah, I know. It's like the same thing. Officers are the ones that tell us what to do, Suresh.
Oh, the high horse. I got you. Don't
Sort of.
worry.
Yes, it's the high horseman.
Yeah, like Adita said, the man on the high horse needs to stop acting like he has a thing up his jumper. They're very much nicer when they're not on the battlefield because they don't know what they're saying.
I'm just going to take my glass. I'm just going to take like the what was it, the hors d'oeuvres that we had available?
I'm gonna open my mouth like I'm gonna correct Ceres and then just stop.
I'm just going to take whatever food I had on my plate and hand it to
Who
Suresh.
thought it was a good idea to bring the one who can't hold back the truth from coming into this part? That's what I want to
I'm
know.
gonna feed Suresh. I'm gonna occupy his mouth with food.
You see Attalus, Valverdine. He's turning around and appears to be coughing with his shoulders gyrating up and down. Oriana falls on Edita, burying her head in her shoulder.
I'm just gonna glance around for a second, see if anyone else just kind of, yeah.
Theodora's gonna pat Adita's head.
All right.
A little less smiling.
Yeah, gonna look at Adita.
Oh, no. There you go.
All right. You hear the ringing of a bell and turn around to see the Major Domo. And you see that one of the soldiers steps up and says, "Please follow the Major Domo. He's going to lead you to your rooms." And just follow his hand motions. The guy steps back.
Adita, where is this major donut? I want a major donut. Is it filled with cream? You know I like the donuts with cream.
Theodora's gonna take over, correcting Ceres, leaving Adita to, whatever she's gonna do.
What?
You
The pulling.
You are led.
We're gonna go to our room. I'll get you a donut.
Donut.
You want to come to the room with us, Oriana?
Well, let's see what's in store for us, shall we? You are all led back into the main body of the house and up a flight of stairs to the guest quarters. These quarters are in the west wing of the mansion and are arranged down a long corridor shaped like the letter I. You are shown to your quarters, 2 to a room. Each room has 2 large beds, a lapis lazuli wash basin with a pitcher of fresh water, and a large wardrobe cabinet with appropriate clothing within. On the small table are goblets with a carafe of fine Savonian red wine. After a few moments, a knock is heard at each your doors. The major domo enters and selects fine garments for you to wear this evening. Folding them over a beefy arm, he bows slightly and beckons each of you to follow him.
Well, all right then.
When he bows, Ceres will bow a little deeper.
Fair.
We're like, oh, we're doing this. I was told that I'm supposed to do this.
Good Saras.
All right.
He starts just getting praised by everyone.
He takes you down a flight of stairs to the ground floor below. And opens a door. A wave of steam and heat greet you as the major domo opens the large wooden door. Inside, large steaming pools of water await you, as do the half-dozen servant girls waiting for you with horsehair brushes and ready smiles.
No.
The next hour is filled with the soothing of your muscles and the scrubbing of your skin and hair. Surely, this must be what awaits the faithful in the paradise of the gods.
Don't touch me. No brushing. Stop it.
I will
swim myself. I can swim.
You see there's like 3 of the servants that are kind of surrounding Ceres with brushes raised.
No! She has a bar of soap. I see it.
And they pounce!
Ceres?
And they pounce.
No!
So what? Are you suggesting that we, like... What? Is my personal hygiene, like, insufficient to stand in the Grand Manor House?
Give me an insight check to the major domo.
Sure.
Where?
I will remember how to insight. Please hold.
Is this all of us, or...
This is just Adita.
Has Theodora been, like, similar situations where this kind of stuff is normal?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyone who's a Val, this is kind of normal. Adita, I think you have a special case. Where, Adita, after you say that, the major domo kind of looks at you. His head, chin goes down. His eyes go up. His lips go flat. You can definitely say that, oh yeah, that's a yes.
Theodora's gonna try and soothe Adita's pride and be like, it's just go with it. This is their little OCD about certain things.
Do they
No,
know
what's
how
the
long?
point? I don't get it. Like, what am I supposed to stink myself up with their scented oils and... No.
Do they know how long it took me to get that algae under my scales?
Ceres, look, we just have to play along a little bit. If you go through with this, I will personally take it out to a mud hole or a lake, and I'll let you go wild for an hour.
This sounds like a wonderful time. Okay, ladies, come over. You can brush the things. Not there.
Ceres.
You see that some of them have these tools, like kind of these metal flat rods, and they start running against your scales, and they kind of look in surprise, and they're like... So yes, you guys are being treated to a nice Roman bath.
Nice.
I don't want any of your stinky oil.
Theodora's
Theodora's
just enjoying it.
But I don't need any of this scented, perfumed finery. Do you have any idea what that's like? No. I'm not putting any of this perfume crap on.
What? She's not putting on the
Smell
perfume?
me for miles if I do. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ceres, you already agreed.
Damn it.
I'm not.
Theodora's just going along with it, just like, to each their own.
All right. So after some much bathing, a little bit of wrestling, and much cleansing, you are toweled and dried off, and you are presented with your togas. Your gear is stowed back in your rooms. No weapons are allowed, obviously, from a certain point forward. And you're all dressed applicably.
Can I ask a question? Where is the rest of my shirt? There is a quarter of a shirt here, and I don't see the rest of it.
Do you not wear a shirt normally?
What? No. Why?
You see a woman enters your bathhouse as you guys are just putting on your togas. She gives a graceful bow and says, "Ladies, gentlemen, I have come with greetings from my master. My master understands that since some of you come from far-off lands, that you may not have brought a gift for your host as is customary here in the Empire. As such, my master does not wish you to embarrass yourselves this evening and has brought a gift for you to present to the High General." She extends her hand and proffers a small wooden box to Nico.
Just kind of cock an eyebrow at her for a second.
And she kind of gives
it.
All right, you take it.
Would I know if it's bad manners to look at it beforehand, or
it would not be considered bad manners.
Okay.
All right.
Like, we need to check this to make sure we're not poisoning someone.
Yeah, I'll go ahead, flip it open, and see what's in it.
You see in the small box that it holds a small statuette of an elephant, chiseled from some rare, pale, green, precious rock.
Ooh.
Huh. That does look kind of nice.
What is it?
Give me a knowledge geology check. Or, I'm sorry, knowledge nature.
I was like, that was very specific.
Oh, wow. Adita and Nico, you both get this. Wow.
Adita knows exactly
Adita
what it
really
is.
knows.
From what
Yeah.
region?
All
Adita
right.
knows, like, the chemical makeup of this thing.
Adita, this is known as white jade, a very rare substance in the known lands of Onara. With your 24, you know that this comes from far-off lands where supposedly the mysterious queen Alasia came from, who is the current queen of the Coriani Empire. Now, do you say this to your allies?
It's obviously white jade, and it's... How old is it?
Well,
is this an old carving? Is this something made by an artisan? Like, what is it?
Well, it is made by a very good artisan. Sometimes it's very hard to work with certain jades, but this one is a mastercraft. All three, Theodora, Adita, and Nico, each of you, please give me a history check.
I can do that.
Theodora can do that.
Wow. Okay.
I cannot roll to save my life today.
So,
both Nico and Adita, you get this. This statue seems to be very familiar because supposedly the lands where Queen Elijah came from, she too presented the emperor the same gift when she arrived to the empire. And with your knowledge of the Coriani Empire, both Nico and Adita, giving this jade elephant to Meneses in front of these prominent guests may imply that the general and the mysterious queen are having an illicit liaison behind the emperor's back. This would be a grave insult to Meneses and could cause great embarrassment should this be presented.
Oh,
thank
nice.
you. This is a very considerate gift. Please send your master our general thanks. Theodora, I'll explain the significance to you while we sit down.
The servant bows with a great smile across her face. If you will excuse me, and she will leave.
Wait! No, don't leave. I didn't bow back yet. You have to wait.
You can bow as she's leaving, Ceres.
Oh, bye. Hope you have a wonderful time.
Damn it, Stewie.
So,
this is... Someone is trying to use us to start one of those insidious diplomatic wars within the political court. This jade elephant. This is an insult.
Is it? Does it taste good?
General Beltenson.
yeah, I was about to ask you, how do we want to play this then?
Oh, we have something else, don't we? Can't we give him something? Don't we have an extra gun or an extra like bit of jerky? We could give him 10 pounds of jerky. We have don't give him 10 pounds of jerky. We have something else,
No.
I'm sure.
No, Ceres, we're down to 4 pounds of jerky.
Well,
We're
he can have one.
soldiers.
Yes.
He wouldn't expect a grand gift from a
No.
soldier. He knows who we are and how we have served. No. We give him a story from the Legion.
Yeah,
That's
story?
our gift.
I could agree with that. I was gonna say we could probably do either like a story or a blessing or something of that nature, not something that's necessarily physical.
A
Well, I'll let
story
know.
that he can tell others about his Legion's honor. Something that reflects well on him from the soldiers who served under him would be
We
a
could tell
far
him-
more appropriate gift than this.
We could tell him about the time that we killed our captain because he was an idiot and refused to allow us to retreat, and we killed him so that we could retreat to make sure that we saved the rest of the troop. We could tell him that one. That's a good one.
We didn't do that, Ceres, and I have a lot of questions for you.
Yeah, Ceres, that's not
What?
quite what happened.
I don't know. Oh, he died in battle. Yes, very valiantly. Ceres did
Yes.
not kill him. That would have been terrible. Who
Yes.
said
That would have
that?
been bad. The
It would have.
Ceresans killed him.
Yeah, a Ceresan killed him.
That's right, a foul Ceresan.
I'm not that bad.
The Legion.
Right. I don't smell that bad, though. I just had a bath.
No,
It was specifically one with very, very dark scales, Ceres. It couldn't have been you.
absolutely.
course not.
Dark scales.
Like lavender.
Definitely not like
Like,
black.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
lilac.
black.
But this elephant, we keep this. This is important.
Yeah.
Someone has tried to use our visit here to, I guess, further their own gain. And hoping that Valtensin would take it out on us. I guess, Theodora, this is one of those you sorts of things. See, this elephant, right?
Uh-huh.
Made of jade from Queen Alasia's home country. It's very rare. This is a gift fit for the Emperor alone.
Yeah.
Mm.
Can I
And
has
to
it?
give this to Valtensin would imply one of two things.
Yeah.
Either we are suggesting that we revere him higher than the Emperor,
Uh-huh.
which would be treason at
Right.
best. Or we're outing him for having, we'll say,
Relations.
other than courtly relations.
Mm.
It's like he's the brother.
Queen Alasia.
Mm.
It's weird. Doesn't she know her brothers?
I trust you to deal with this.
She's
I
gonna
want it.
Take it. Nope, she's gonna take it.
When you put it in Theodora's hands, I'm just going to cover for a second. This might just be a little bit of my paranoia, but is there any sort of magic on that or the box that we might be missing?
I can look.
Sounds like a Theodora problem.
Yeah, I can look. I can ritually cast Identify.
Okay. Do you have any pearls with you?
I cannot ritually cast Identify. Wait, hold on.
What about just detect magic?
Yeah, detect magic. I don't know if that's ritual or not.
No, I thought that's a 0 level orison or cantrip.
No,
In Pathfinder
in
it was.
Pathfinder it is.
In 5e system, it's a first level spell that then is a ritual.
If you want to make it a cantrip,
I'm all for that.
Detect magic is a ritual spell.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can ritual cast it then.
Which does not require a material component.
Right. So ritual cast
Detect magic.
detect magic. Yeah.
You find no magic associated to the elephant or the box.
Okay.
So
Wonderful.
while she's doing that, hey, Adita, a thought then.
By the way, Theodora's gonna make it seem like she's blessing it as not to create any kind of suspicion.
All right, so Adita, I had a bit of a thought here.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I know. It caught me off guard too.
Man, I don't know how you get by.
Whiskey.
You know what? Does wonders.
So, they know they're expecting us to give something, so why don't we still hand up the box as long as there's no obvious markings on it? But inside, instead of the elephant, we have a bit of a scroll there, or some kind of piece of paper with at least, like, I don't know, maybe like the title of the story to kind of have that physical reminder for Val Tenson of the story we're going to tell him.
Could be. Could be.
That way we still have something physical, and we still get to put on the show.
I could say I'm not a fan of getting mixed up in this courtly intrigue nonsense. But perhaps, Theodora, you could tell a little bit of a fiction and use the story to warn Valtenson about what was just done here.
I think I could spin a tail. I could try my best to spin a tail.
Wait,
my rolls have not been very favorable lately.
who was the master that sent us the thing?
You don't know.
We don't know.
Oh.
We didn't ask.
Okay, I'm going to follow her.
Oh, she's
Okay,
already
you
gone
definitely could.
for a
She's
while.
Good,
gone.
I'm going to go follow her.
As you open the door, the major domo is like, he bows at you and goes,
Pardon me, Major Donut. Can I ask you a question? What? Don't look at me like that. I look at you like that.
What, with his eyes?
Yeah. So the question that I had, there was a lady. Did you see the lady who just came in? Who's she? Who's her person? They gave us a gift, and I don't know who to thank. You don't know either? That's weird. Don't you know everybody here? I'm very shocked that you don't know enough about these people to know who her master was. It's okay though. It's nothing on you though. Of course it wouldn't be. But I would imagine that you should know. But regardless, let's go.
That is the most backhand. I love it. Oh, you're very much striking me as like that kind of backhanded, granny that's just like, are you gonna do what I want? No, okay, well you're still gonna do what I want.
Is he
okay.
consulted enough to actually finally tell us who the master is or no?
You just want to get him to talk.
I do, some way.
I don't think he can.
If he has it, can you speak? I don't know. You keep motioning. Can you? Are you capable? Do you have a tongue? Did they cut out the Major Donut's tongue? They do. That's terrible. Here, hold on. Can you write? I would imagine you could at least write, right? Can he write? Am I right?
You're right.
He turns around and starts walking.
Wait, come back. I'm gonna walk after him to start asking questions. So how long have you not had a tongue?
I'm
You
gonna
are-
follow and just
Oh,
make
no.
sure Ceres doesn't run off.
Please just make sure Ceres doesn't eat this guy.
You are led
I
up
don't-
the central staircase to the uppermost floor of the manch. Here,
So did it hurt
a-
when they cut out your tongue?
Here, a large roofless room offers a spectacular view of the surrounding hillsides.
Can I see the stump?
Ominous storm clouds loom overhead, lighting up the night sky with impressive displays of ball lightning. In the distance, thunder rumbles. Thunder rumbles, its sounds echoing throughout the dining room, shaking the glass goblets slightly. Morshon Val-Ishi stands near the elegant dinner table and looks up toward the sky. Hurrian is pleased this night and sends good portents for his favored son, the great General Menesis. Seated next to him is a man you have not yet met. While the piercing gray eyes, the noble profile, and the curly blonde locks of hair identify him as a Valasante, it is the large golden robes and the large sun ring which make it clear that this is a high-ranking priest of Alir. Seated all about the table are the other guests that you have met earlier, with the exception of the two prominent figures towards the front of the table. Seated to the right of the table's head is a handsome young man with a scowl upon his face. Built like a warrior, his muscles ripple as he grabs for another goblet of wine. Wine he has been imbibing liberally, as evidenced by the stains upon his toga. At the head is a man who, though seated, seems to loom large over all. His frosted head of hair is cut very short, and his imposing physique is made more so as he rises to greet you. Even the small scar upon his left cheek does little to mar the infectious grin that has won the hearts of 1,000 legionnaires, as well as the populace of the Empire. High General Menesis Valtensen, defender of the Empire, raises his goblet to you in greeting. His powerful voice rumbles like a thunderheads of his patron deity. Ah, welcome! Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for honoring our humble home with your presence. Turning to the rest of his guests, he continues, these brave souls risk life and limb, rescuing one of our own from the harvesters of Yomandergore. My good cousin, Senator Tensin Balin, spoke highly of them and felt that their company would enhance our small gathering. The scowling young legionnaire lowers himself further in his chair. Great heroes indeed, uncle. No need to fawn over them. In truth, I believe our good cousin, the senator, wishes to spy on our festivities and find out why such prominent members of the Mother Church are... With a withering glare, the general silences his nephew and continues. Please excuse my nephew. He sometimes allows Larissa Gift to speak for him. Motioning towards the blonde-haired priest, he continues. You've met the others, I believe. But for this distinguished gentleman here, he is a Castus Valasante, Illyriate Prelate of Corian. And of course, you've had the pleasure of meeting my... And of course, you've had the pleasure of meeting my nephew, Gaius Valtensen. Now, please, join us and enjoy our simple repast.
I'm going to go over to the guy that they told me was illiterate.
I'm going to pull Ceres back.
I'm Adita. Actually will strike a Legionnaire's salute.
Show it, Theodore.
Hail, Pompey Magnus.
Yeah, seeing them salute, then I'll salute and nudge Ceres to salute.
Yes.
So, you see Menesis is at the head of the table with Gaius to his right and Acastus Valasante to his left. And instead of chairs, you will all be have divans to recline on, as is the Coriani custom.
By the way, did we have time to scribble like a note of like a title of a tale or something like that?
Absolutely. What? Okay. You know, I'm not going to ask the name of the title yet.
Guys, I need help coming up with the title.
The lizard who murdered that one guy.
No.
No.
Oh.
No. You know what?
No, text it to me.
Yeah. I got you.
So
Why can't I go? I'm gonna go to Nico. Nico, why can't I? Why you keep stopping me from go talk to the illiterate man? I can't read either.
Right, but Ceres, we have to kind of play that. I know you don't really understand the word diplomacy or diplomatic too much.
I know Diplosaurus.
Yeah, Diplosaurus, right.
Yeah.
You know how we kind of have to play nice with some people? We can't just rush up to them right away?
No.
Well, this is one of those cases where we can't just run up to somebody. We have to wait first.
Ah, okay. They have to come to us because we were talked to by the big man. I get you. No worries. I understand. Yes.
Yeah, at least for now, let's just kind of we'll play it by ear. We'll see how Adit and Theodora start handling things.
No worries.
Okay?
I will blend in masterfully, all right? Like a lizard among sheep.
Oh God.
Mr. Ceres, you turn behind you, and it's the blonde young lady from previously. Illyrite, not illiterate. She smiles. It basically
that's what I
means
said.
he's a priest of the god Illyr.
What? There's a god for illiteracy? I should worship them.
No, Illyr is actually the god of light and the head of the pantheon of the Coriani Church.
That's actually quite amazing. I am very proud to know that the head god of the church is illiterate just like me. That makes me very happy. I thank you for making me more knowledgeable on the gods and goddesses of your people.
Well,
Personally, I talked to a big dragon. He's very mean. Doesn't even have lamb.
a big dragon, you say? Just
He's been having some very strange dreams lately.
It wasn't a dream, I told you.
Elandre
It was
says. Well, Elandre, she says, actually, the Illyrite man you see there, that is my father. And
Oh.
it may sound like this Illyrite, may sound like the word illiterate. However, it's a name of a god, not knowing how to read. They're two separate words.
Oh, I understand. Why do you have two separate words to mean the same thing?
Some words may be spelled similarly. It depends on the language. There are many languages in the world of Arcanis.
Ah, yes, I agree with you. Many of these things are very lost to me. As I have said, forgive me for this is, as I have been told, not my first language. So I am trying very hard to understand your very complicated language.
Elandre, why don't you come sit next to your fiancé? Says Gaius Valtensin.
Oh, who?
Now,
Oh, okay.
Nico and Ceres.
I was
Both of
gonna
you.
ask because neither of us knew about the black eye thing. Would we have noticed it?
First give me a perception, Nico.
Because if Ceres notices, he's going to kill him.
No.
That's a 4.
I want everyone to be very aware of the fact that if Ceres finds out that he's abusing this young lady, he will kill him. There are no ifs, ands, or buts. Ceres will literally just kill him.
Now, give me an insight check. And Ceres, give me an insight check as well.
I'd really rather not. Because I don't want to have to leap over the table and murder someone. And
Don't
have-
worry.
We would
Just go
have
ahead
to
and give me
stop-
the insight check.
Okay.
You see, with that insight, you see as she was talking, there was kind of a smile. And as he says that, she goes, yes, I'll come over there. Excuse me, I'm going to go sit next to my fiance. And she goes and walks over to sit next to him. And you see, as she sits next to him, she nods to him and she nods across the table to her father, who nods in response.
You would think she'd be happier. I'd be happy if I had a fiance. We had that one guy. What was his name? Jacob Hammerschmidt or whatever his name was. That was in our squad. He got the fiance. He was very happy.
Oh yeah, I remember when he had a fiance.
Yeah,
He
it was
drew
very
some
sad.
really good pictures.
Did he? I didn't see pictures. Why didn't I see pictures? Was she a pretty lady?
If I remember correctly, you asked if that was a sheep.
Oh,
the rest of us
the
had to
sheep
answer.
picture. I understand. That was a very good-looking sheep.
Yeah, she was a good-looking sheep. Jacob had no luck. Oh man.
Don't they have
I
4
miss
kids
that
now?
Poor son of a bitch. Oh, Ceres, when we told you he bought a farm, that's not what it meant, honey.
Oh, really? Well, okay. I hope that him and the sheep lady are nice.
I'm
Very nice.
sure that
They're
wherever
very
Jacob
happy.
is, he's very happy. And you know what? May his blessings follow him into the next world.
Agreed. You just have to
Poor
remember what he
son of a
said. When
bitch.
you're carrying the sheep, you have to put the arms over the shoulders. Not over the fence post. I still don't know why.
Oh, Ceres. It's okay. We'll tell you when you're older.
Oh, okay.
You're not old enough yet. No.
Damn. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, you have to learn about Pinochle first.
Pinochle. I don't like that game. It's very confusing. There's a lot of cards.
Once you figure out Pinochle, then we'll tell you about the rest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The donuts and crullers is a really hard lesson, but we'll get there.
I was
Ceres.
still promised a donut, and I don't know where the donut is.
Major Donut is somewhere around here. See if you can make him laugh.
I love you
Where is
guys
Major
so
Donut?
much.
I'm gonna go over with Major Donut.
You see him, and there's no insight check required for all of you that are observing. His eyes raise up, looking to the heavens for someone to do some sort of divine intervention, but clearly it's not gonna happen.
So, Major
Theodore,
Donut.
Theodore is observing Alondra.
Well, that happens. I'm gonna go get coffee.
All right, give me an insight
bring
check.
me a coffee.
Insight
Okay.
check? Okay. Well, she wants to observe the dynamic between the two of them to see which one's the one that's hitting her. Or, she just totally ran into a door. That's totally believable. Insight, there we go.
All
I
right.
swear.
You do see that she sits there, and you see you see that her fiance Gaius is talking across the table to her father, but she's just sitting there, very patient, and she doesn't seem to be like doing anything really of note.
Okay. So she's basically just being eye candy.
Right. She's trying
Got
to
it.
look good next with her fiance in front of her father and the general.
Got it.
Is
Okay.
there an empty seat near her?
Sure.
Adita is going to saunter over and sit down.
Adita, you walk on over, kind of, it's been a long time probably since you've worn a toga. And you sit next to her. Do you sit down as gracefully as possible, or as would Adita do?
Theodora, if there's an extra seat, Theodora would go with her.
Adita's gonna flop on the divan like a soldier. I mean, what is grace?
Theodora would be the
So-
exact opposite.
Hey, Alondra.
Oh,
Thanks so much for making us feel so welcome. It's nice to have a friendly face that, just kind of helps us feel like we belong here.
oh, Lady Adita, you're very welcome. It is both an honor and a privilege to be able to serve and host such great guests such as yourselves before my fiance and the great general. Ah, yes. The heroes. It's quite fascinating that people such as yourselves in your houses have already accomplished so much. I mean, Look at you, he indicates to Adita. You seem to be a woman. And you!
Surprisingly, you're not.
I have been graced
With
by the gods.
The ability to tie your sandals? I'm impressed.
Jesus.
Oh, really? Trust me, there is so much more that I can do and what I am capable of.
I mean, standing upright is a hard feat, yes.
What's up, Nico?
I was going to ask, how far away are Ceres and I from this? Because I would have gone with him to kind of make sure he doesn't try to eat the Major Domo.
Give me a perception check to see if you see the interaction going on right now, or if you're too focused on Ceres.
Nope. I am keeping Ceres in the check.
Roll20 hates us tonight.
Oh, come on. You guys are rolling crits left and right when you fight.
Roll20 just hates us.
I said tonight.
It's true.
I'm sorry. Adita, what was the last thing you said?
It was probably something vaguely derogatory, like, yeah.
Standing up is a hard job.
Is actually a hard feat.
By the way, Dave, I just want to say that voice you're putting on, I just want to throat punch him.
I do. So badly.
Oh my god.
So
That
badly.
he
through the wall.
You picture a punchable face when you hear that.
Yes,
voice.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
Ah, yes. I can stand, and I too would have joined the legions, but the great god Alir and the great god Hurrian have other more important things for me.
Theodora would speak, was like, oh, really? So what's so blessed? What blessed task have the gods given you?
Well, the gods can't lift that wine glass by themselves, and this one definitely needs refilling, as our illustrious hero has clearly done the divine work of emptying it for them.
can you wait for me to take a sip of my coffee, please? I just had it all over my table.
I'm actually going to get some coffee because, wow, yeah.
Sorry.
As you say that, well, yes, nephew, please. I too would like to know what the divines have in store for you. And you see General Meneses say this, his eyes lowering. Well, uncle, even though my physique is most impressive, my calling is not to be a soldier, but to help raise our family up. I mean, look at my wife-to-be. She is quite beautiful. Her father is quite a gracious, honorable, and well-knowing man. By our houses joining together, it will only strengthen and influence all those in the Coriani Empire.
While this is going on, I'm going to lean over to Theodora.
Mm-hmm.
Theodora, give me the elephant.
She's gonna give it to Adita.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
This is bad decisions, and I'm going with it.
This is bad
Because
decision.
she is... Here's the thing. Theodora hates him. Theodora
you
hates him,
crying?
and she trusts Adita to make him cry. Because that's what she's good at.
What are you gonna do, Adita?
Remind me, I'm sorry, because I missed this guy's name. Remind me his name one more time.
Gaius Valtenson?
Mr. Punchable Face Man.
Thank you.
Just his name. God.
Right. So while he's speaking, I'm gonna retrieve the elephant from Theodora. Well, actually, sir, while I did use the excuse of your lovely fiancé to introduce ourselves over here, it would be remiss for us to visit without presenting a gift to you as well. Bonk. I'm going to put the elephant down in front of him with my compliments.
How far off book does Dave have to go now?
What book?
Yeah, we're off book by a mile here.
Okay.
What's really funny is that he probably was the one who gifted us the elephant, Little Rotten.
Probably.
So let's
words
do
that
this
I don't remember
first.
who got the F word.
Give me a... Before you do that, give me a wisdom check.
Okay.
Two.
This is Adita rolling a wisdom check, so I hope you're all prepared.
Maybe my bad luck is made up for it.
Goodness gracious.
As you hold it in your
Maybe
hand,
my bad luck is made up for it.
in your mind, and understanding Coriani nuances, as long as you live there, to probably present this right now to Gaius in front of his uncle, in front of the head priest of the Illyri Temple, will actually make Menesis look very bad.
No fun. I like Menesis fun.
But you do have the elephant now.
I do have the elephant. I won't put the elephant in front of him.
You had it in your hand ready to present it, and you had the image in your head, but there was like a part of you that says, ooh, hold on.
There's maybe something better we can do with it.
Now,
This would have been way more fun.
Nico! Nico, Ceres, you go up to the Major Domo.
So, and I said to this one guy, I was like, hey, you know what? If I were to eat you and your whole family, wouldn't that be terrible?
He looks at you,
nothing?
pleading. His give me an insight check, Nico.
It's okay. Adita told me this one joke about a man with a peg leg and these three ladies who worked at the House of Ill Repute. So, this guy...
I'm sorry. Like once he gets his mind on something, he's just going to keep on going until we either feed him or he gets what he wants.
No,
and I'm kind of out of food.
He points to the table as servants are bringing food.
Oh my god, I'll tell you the joke later. Don't you worry. You stay here. Remember, peg leg, three ladies, ill repute. It's very funny. I swear I laughed. I didn't get it, but I laughed because it's Adita, and if I don't laugh, she hits me.
I'll start maneuvering Ceres over and just kind of mouth, sorry.
Where are we going? Oh, you stay here. I'm gonna eat and I'll be back.
No, Ceres, we're going to go get the food, but I need to make sure we leave some for everyone else.
What? I guess? Sure, they should eat faster. They talk a lot.
Well, yeah, they talk a lot, but Ceres, you know, we're trying to figure out how many stomachs you still have. My best guess is you have 3.
Nah, that's terrible. I have one. One big one. One very big one. It's a leg.
Uh-huh, yeah. Let's make sure we leave some food for everyone else this time, okay? And for just don't eat the table this time.
The table? But that wasn't my fault, okay? There was some sauce that spilled on it and it was very good sauce.
I forgot I was muted.
So, as you two go to eat some food, you see Oriana rise from her place. She walks over and taps Theodora on the shoulder, kind of gives a nod. And then she goes towards the head of the table and bows low towards General Menesis, who in turn nods slightly. The discussion at the table ends, and the room's attention focuses directly upon the priestess. Stepping away from the table, Oriana begins to inscribe a holy circle of prophecy about her upon the stone floor with a consecrated piece of red chalk. From a corner, one of the Larissan servants begin to beat a drum softly and rhythmically. In but a few moments, Oriana's practiced hands have finished inscribing the intricate circle. Grabbing a goblet filled with fine Savonin red wine, the priestess of the smiling goddess begins to dance within its mystic confines, swaying at first to the slow and steady pace of the drum, then faster and wilder. It's uncertain as to whether she is keeping pace to the music or whether it's drums that's trying to keep up with her increasingly wild gyrations and sweeping motions. Which, with each sultry movement of arms, swaying hair, or bucking hips, the wine swishes and sloshes within the goblet, at times spilling some of its contents within the inscribed mystical circle. The music and dancing continue to increase in its passion. You catch yourself as you begin to sway unconsciously to the movement of the priestess, your palms sweating slightly, your heart beating a bit harder. The music finally reaches a fever-pitch crescendo. Oriana twirling so quickly, she is but a blur of black and scarlet. Then, with a final loud beat, it is over. The priestess lies in the exact center of the circle, folded up like a pre-morn rose, her long black hair splayed about like a gigantic spider's web. Taking a moment to catch their breath, the guests wait expectantly for her to read the spills and splashes that have fallen within the circle. Rising from the center, Oriana's eyes roll back and she speaks in a voice not her own. Hail the High General of the Empire! Hail the conquering hero! The wailing of the vanquished shall be your heralding, and the throne shall be your spoils. With that, the priestess drops again in the floor, a marionette with its strings suddenly cut. The all-prevailing silence is shattered by a nasally whine. It looks like your liberation of Milandir will succeed. Best to keep your eyes upon the throne, great uncle, for the other is beyond your reach. A strange smile crosses over Menesis' face. Blood is only so thick, dear nephew.
Hey, Ceres.
What?
I don't know why, but I just had the sudden urge to punch something in the throat. Did you?
Same. It's very, 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 very hard not to. But I was thinking if you put a knife in her hand and then set her out on the battlefield like that, it would be like one of those things that you spin during that holiday.
With the spinny things? Oh,
yeah,
wait,
you know, you
near
turn
you
it
guys.
and it just goes. I just have her go through all the people.
How is Oriana, by the way? She like out of it, or?
Yeah, you see that she's now catching her breath and she's sitting up. Some of her Larissan servants are there to help her. And they give her, actually, instead of a cup of wine, a cup of water to cool down. And she looks at you and smiles, like...
Yep. Theodora would give, like, the most ecstatic and proud smile. Like, there's just all of the proud and happy vibes to her cousin.
So cute.
It's just like that happy cousin that just has, like, her thumbs up, like, silently. It's like, you did amazing! Kind of like that happy family moment. Yeah, exactly that. It's exactly that.
But I'm sure you kind of bend over and do one of these.
Yeah. It's very that like subtle like praise and thumbs up, just all the good vibes.
And she kind of gives you the thumbs up too, but she seems like, ooh, she has to take some electrolytes.
Right. No, understandable.
Prophecy reading takes a lot out of you. You always drink some orange juice after you do a prophecy reading, just saying.
Right.
All right. After a couple minutes and some more conversation, you hear the voice of one Gaius. Have you heard the latest gossip from the capital, Uncle? Our dear cousin, Senator Tenzin Balin, is opposing our glorious emperor's request for a slight increase in taxation.
Nico, why is he speaking?
I don't know, Ceres.
Our glorious
let's get a little closer.
Our glorious emperor wants that money to enlarge the summer palace in Salentica. Our cousin merely believes that the taxes upon our citizens are high enough, and that expanding an already luxurious villa is frivolous in these times. You see Gaius like, Uncle, does not our emperor deserve to have a few moments of respite from the burden of leading the empire? To oppose this small request is tantamount to treason. We are all his servants after all. I would toil all the harder if I knew that this would give his glory comfort during his few moments of rest, for I love our emperor.
Ceres is just gonna stare at him like, just like, that he has just such audacity. Like, Ceres is just gonna stare this kid down, just be like, what? What are you saying?
Given that you have...
Our emperor so greatly, perhaps you should make the first donation to his villa. Or perhaps, in honor of his great name, you might make your kind donation to the widows of the legions, so that they may contribute in his honor too.
That, Lady Adita, seems like a fine idea, given that my nephew has never toiled a day in his life. He turns to his nephew. I'm sure the Emperor is relieved to know that you are now ready to make such a grave sacrifice and donate some portion of your wealth to the Widowed Legionnaires Fund. Well, yes, certain sacrifices must be made. Absolutely, Uncle.
General
Alandre?
Valtensin.
Alandre, please pour me more wine.
It would be my honor to escort your nephew to the widow's shrine to make his donation.
As much as I would love to, Legionnaire Adita, I have quite a busy schedule, and I cannot make that trip to Grand Coriani anytime soon. But
Dave, at this point, I figure I'd be pulling Ceres along to stand near everybody and kind of make a point to stand kind of behind this guy. Me on one shoulder, Ceres on the other.
Yeah, Theodora would chime in and say, well, if you're so busy with all of your divine and wondrous tasks, then allow us to do you this courteous favor.
Really quick.
Hold on. Huh? Go ahead.
Really quick. Nico, as you and Ceres are approaching Gaius, you get the eyes of one of the guards who looks at you and just shakes his head. Go ahead and give me an easy insight check.
10.
10 is enough.
Oh,
the Legionnaire looks at you and goes, I get it. Don't. Just stay back.
We'll stay back.
Wait.
I'll stay very, very back. I'll eat his heart. It's fine.
Wait, so I might be a little mixed up of positioning then. I thought Adita and Theodora were next to him.
No, they're next to Alandre.
Yeah, we're next to Alandre.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Okay.
So probably walk past him then to stand next to Theodora and Adita then.
Okay, that you can do. You can stand next to Theodora and Adita. You can actually recline in one of the divans if you so wanted.
I'm going to stay standing.
Okay.
I'm only going to sit because it's closer to the table.
Theodora would hand him her glass. And then would make the comment of just, we would be nothing but honored to do such a wonderful task in your name on such a charitable event.
Celeste has idea. What if the wonderful, very high, mighty gentleman here gave us the chest of whatever valuables he wished to donate to the Widows and Orphans Fund, and we would take it upon his behalf to the shrine. Of course, since he's so busy and cannot do it himself, just have people deliver it to us, and we will, upon your honor, deliver it upon the honor of the Legion itself, as we are Legionnaires, to have this happen so you don't have to be bothered out of your schedule to make the trip. I understand it's very difficult. So we do this for you, Mr. Fancy Pants.
That is quite okay.
I know it is. It's a great idea.
But I have people that I trust to make this journey. So you do not have to worry yourself over it.
I assure you,
Who's worried? Are we worried? Adita, are we worried?
I'm never worried, Ceres.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was worried
Drink
that we
your
were worried.
wine and eat your dormouse.
We were.
You have mouse?
Yes,
We were-
there's actually stuffed dormouse on the trays going around. Oh my god, it's divine.
Rah!
Yep. Theodora would just chuckle. I mean, again, we don't worry. We just want to do our civic duty to, help those along.
Quite. Now, more food is being brought out, and it seems like the dinner is coming to kind of towards an end. And at this point, you see Meneses stands, he gets up, and he walks towards like a higher, steps up on a dais, and he just stands there. The major domo then rings a bell. And you then turn to see several people. The first person to get up is Acastus. He walks forward holding something. I bring greetings from Corian. Accept this small token of your generous hospitality. And you see that he presents a box that is then given to a servant who opens it. And before it is a golden chalice, and it seems to be inscribed with benedictions to the god of Lear. Meneses bows his head and then gives his thanks. The second person...
Would we have had time to write the name of the story that we were going to tell?
Yeah, Theodora
Yes.
would have done that.
And
Yeah.
stick it in the box?
Yeah.
Yes.
Theodora did that before we entered the.
I wanted to make sure that it was understood that that thing was done.
Right, it is. She did it with her prettiest handwriting.
Cool.
So, the next person is Morshun Val Ishi. I bring greetings from Amphibian. Accept this small token for your generous hospitality. And you see that a small box is presented and it is opened. And it appears to be a ring mounted with a large topaz opal. General Meneses gives his thanks. Morshun then returns to his seat. I bring greetings from Nishanpur. Accept this small token for your generous hospitality. At that point, the servant then opens the box and it appears to be a Saretian dagger gilded in silver. Just to let you know, anything made of Saretian steel has the ability to hurt creatures of infernal or demonic heritage.
Interesting.
Next, Oriana steps forward. I bring greetings from sweet Savona. Accept this small token for your generous hospitality. She then makes a wide gesture to behind her. And before you is a dozen Undar female servants trained as Larissan initiates. Meneses then bows his head and thanks Oriana.
Yeah, Adita, were we supposed to get in line?
This would be your opportunity.
Okay.
This isn't my jam, that's all.
Theodora would just nudge them and kind of motion to get up and go.
Ceres, put the food down for a minute. We'll come back for it. We'll come back for the food, Ceres. Don't worry.
Okay, I know, Mr. He I care about. He's very nice, fancy pants.
All right. You all step forward. What do you wish to say?
Oh god.
Oh, can I say?
No, this is the part I hate about being like the charisma character because I'm not good with words.
You're hateful.
Breathe.
All right. Breathe, yes. We are but humble soldiers, honored to be in your presence. What we bring is not of physical wealth, but more speaking to the glory that is the Legion and your leadership as a whole. We bring tales. We bring a simple tale, and then she kind of like holds up the box.
Nico, Adita, and Ceres, you three give me perception checks.
I finally rolled a decent one.
Nice.
I'm too busy looking at how pretty the box is.
Okay, Nico, as Theodora presents the box, you see Gaius, who was sitting like this, all of a sudden shifts forward ever so slightly. Continue, Theodora.
I'll look at Theodora and offer the box so I can walk it up to him.
Mm-hmm. She hands the box to Nikos. Nikos can hand it off. We offer but a simple tribute to the glory that is the Empire.
Nico, you open the box?
And a tale to go with it.
Yeah, I'll walk the proper distance up and open the box, but make it obvious it is just the note inside of it. Kind of tilted towards Gaius slightly so he can see.
And Menesis gestures to his servant. The servant picks it up and presents him with the note.
The note is these. Why can I not speak to save my life? Okay. Can you please say the title, Chaz? Because I'm gonna butcher this.
Oh, it is The Tale of Lucius and Nigella.
Okay.
A tale of love, tragedy, and murder. And we offer this as something that only you and those blessed here can experience this one time. And she's going to tell the tale of a soldier that falls in love with the king's wife, and the jealous king murders him, but it was all a ploy by an evil courier.
Okay. Theodora.
Do I need to roll something?
Theodora, roll.
Persuasion?
Not persuasion. Give me performance, but with advantage, since you all worked on this.
Ooh.
There we go.
Oh!
Nice.
All right, Theodora.
Theodora, as the words leave your mouth and you gesture and you tell your tale, you see that everyone is captivated by you, especially the general. You see that there is a kind of a smile on his face because this is probably something that no one ever expected. You see, as you tell, everyone seems to be into the story. Nico, you see that Gaius, who was leaning forward, just kind of now slumps back, and you see he has a smoldering look on his face. He does not seem to be happy.
Yeah, I figure we would step back to let Theodora do her performance, but stepping back with Adita, I'd kind of lean over to her. It was him.
That one. You're sure?
No, I legit didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
That one? You're sure?
Oh, he seemed to be taking awful interest when I opened up the box, and he seemed right disappointed.
Oh, this will be good.
All right. Now let's see.
And with a bountiful flourish, she will end her story.
Beautiful.
I need to get...
Detail. Yes.
General Meneses bows his head. Please, continue to enjoy the evening festivities. I, for one, need to retire. But to all of you, all of my guests, and all your gifts, I say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And he turns to you four who are standing there. Thank you, my legionnaires.
Salute.
And then he walks up to you four, and he says something just very softly, only for your ears. Where I had several legions, with your abilities, your loyalty, and your creativity, the entire world would know the light of the Coriani Empire. Thank you for your service. He bows his head slightly and retires. And you see several guards go with him.
Well, that's a high honor.
I was lost. What did the high man say? I was too busy looking at their food. Can we sit down and eat now?
We
He
can
told
sit down
me
and
I
eat.
can't club the throat punch boy to death with a stone elephant.
I want to.
I know.
We'll take our seat though, right by I forget her name, Alondra. I'm good with names.
Hey, you got
You're
it.
the charismatic one.
Yeah, no, I'm totally good with names.
Ceres is also gonna go over to
I
a
don't have
laundry.
flashcards in front of me with these people's names on them.
So,
All right.
Alondra, what's good at the party?
Well, it was an interesting party, and the tale was fabulous, Theodora.
Theodora would nod.
I had them
with
wash
a
it before we
smile.
came here.
She would smile and nod and says, "Well, I'll be happy to grace anyone with similar stories should they wish.
You people,
I'm no miraculous oracle such as my cousin here, but I am good at spinning stories."
Agreed. I have been told several times by people leaving her room that she is very good with her mouth. She does an absolutely fantastic job.
Here's the thing. He's gonna say that and Theodora's just gonna preen with pride.
And like, man, if I could have that again, I would.
and
I
you
believe
see,
they call that oral tradition, Ceres.
Yeah, that's the word.
and you see
Yeah.
Oriana come up from behind you, hug you, and yet says, "Yeah, we all at the church know of Theodora's oral traditions."
Oh, what can I say? I'm the best around.
And no one's ever gonna keep her down.
And
Yeah, exactly.
around and around and around.
I, too, am somewhat of important, and I shall retire the evening. Guards, take me to my quarters. And you see
Yes,
Gaius.
guards, please take him to his quarters. Walking is very challenging.
He turns back and looks at you and just glares. And he spins on his... He tries to spin on his heel, but you see he kind of stumbles a little bit. Because, you know,
Raise
from drinking
my
all the
goblet
wine.
and toast him. To
Oh, I
your
toast him.
health, your gracious honor.
To
Theodora
your
will do
health,
the same.
honor is gracious.
You see Alondra kind of just lean into you guys. She's like, wow, you do realize that he does have influence. And that's, whereas most Coriani noblemen are used to verbal sparring with like swords, like rapiers, it seems like you all really spar with gladii.
I
Oh,
was
very
told
much
that
so.
me talking to people is like them being hit in their face by a sledgehammer.
That's
We
very
often
accurate.
say that about Ceres, yes.
I take it as a compliment.
Elandra,
Oh, like it.
I hope you will forgive a coarse soldier for my lack of manners and crude humor. You have been a delight this evening, madam.
as you all
I am
have,
honored to bask in your presence.
it is refreshing to meet new and interesting people. Thank you. The pleasure was all mine.
Well, if you ever need anything, just let us know. And she's gonna say it with like a very like heavy tone of suggestion, if that makes sense. It's like anything.
Okay, let's see. Let's give her 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
I don't know what. Why'd you say it like that? Yeah, if you need anything, call us. Why do you have to say it weird?
Theodora says everything weird. Remember how I explained double entendre? No, that's too many syllables.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know double
That's
entendre.
clear enough to get her message.
Hey, you know what? She does smile and blush a little bit, and you feel a nudge from behind you from Oriana. Thank you. I shall retire for the evening along with my father. Take care. She gets up and she excuses herself.
I mean, the anything wasn't of an innuendo nature. It was more of a protective nature, but whatever.
Innuendo.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know what? It's nice to know that there's still people in the world that cares.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously the part... What's up, Nico?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know I rolled a low insight, but I figured it'd be enough to kind of catch Theodora was trying to say something. I just don't know what.
Yeah, she'll look to Nikos and just kind of give a wink as in we'll talk later.
See the wink? Show me the wink. I saw the wink.
I can't wink.
What was that about? I saw that. Are you hiding more treats? Where are they?
Ceres, yes, I am hiding more treats. I'm still hiding the rest of your 4 pounds of jerky.
Where is it?
It's back in our room.
Don't make me take it out on Mr. Donut.
He doesn't have any jerky.
What?
All right.
Where is it?
So,
This isn't that
eventually,
kind of party.
you are all escorted back to your rooms. I'm sure you have all gathered together in a single room for the time being. And eventually, there is a knock on the door.
Okay. In this time, Theodora would have pulled Nico specifically aside because she knows Ceres. And would have informed him of her vague suspicions / not really surprised of such a thing happening.
My next level, I'm going to take a level in Rogue, so I can just disappear more easily. And go.
That's
just
While
murder people.
Theodora and Nico are chatting,
So-
I'll answer the door.
You see before you the servant who delivered the box.
Is it a lady or a man?
It is a lady.
It's Mrs. Box Lady. Hey, who you work for anyway? You never told us the first time. We don't know who to thank for the cute little thing.
Oh, it's okay, Ceres. We know. We know
We
who
do?
to thank.
Oh, okay. Never mind. We know who to thank. Thank you for the box. It was very useful.
If you would not mind, can you please give me back the contents of the box?
What? What do you
We
want? There wasn't
gifted
anything in the box.
The box to the general.
Yeah.
And
What?
thank you so much to your master for his kind and thoughtful support.
Agreed. It was very good of you. You tell him we're very grateful.
So you do not wish to return the contents?
What contents? What does she mean? What do you mean, lady?
She looks
Why is
at
everyone
Adita.
staring? Why are we staring? What?
I beg your pardon, but I believe it was a gift for the general, and I assure you that he is in possession of it.
Very well. I will inform my master. Night. And she turns around and
Night.
walks away.
I'm gonna open up the door after she leaves. Have a wonderful time! You didn't let me say it! I didn't bow!
I want to dip into the shadows as she gets about 10 feet down the hall.
As
Follow
you
her. It was terrible, but hey, that's what I would have tried.
I was gonna try and do a bless or a guidance or something, but you're gone.
No, I'm very.
Could I have tried to do a guidance before, like knowing Adita?
Adita, as you slip out to try to follow her, she's already gone.
Okay, that's fair.
Or you probably looked in the wrong direction.
Or I looked the wrong way. I tripped over my own shoes. For all I know, I'm not used to wearing these fancy sandals. Where are my freaking Caligae?
By the way, what color is the toga we're wearing, by the way?
They're the traditional white togas.
Okay. There would have been a splash of red, like either on a sash or a trinket or something that
Theodora, you would have been given a red toga specifically.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify, she has to be wearing red in some way, shape, or form.
A question to you, GM Dave.
Sure, what's up?
Is there a bell or a pull or something to, say, summon the Major Domo?
Yes, you can summon a servant with a bell.
Good, I do.
Within a few moments, a servant does arrive at your door and bows their head.
Good. I'm glad you came. I'm disappointed it wasn't Major Donut, but I'll take what I get. I have an urgent message that I must deliver to the General.
You see that...
Could you get me the Major Domo?
All right. He will leave. And within a couple of minutes, the Major Domo will arrive.
My friend, they donut of majors.
While that's happening, could I pull Ceres a little further into the room to kind of chat with him for a second?
Absolutely.
Theodore would go by the door with Adita. Just in case.
I'll actually talk to Ceres in Ceresin.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I don't know what you're saying. I don't speak that.
Wait, you don't?
No, he doesn't. He grew up speaking Koreani.
Do I speak Ceresin? Dave, I don't think I speak Ceresin, do I?
You should.
No, I literally have Koreani and Low. That's it.
Well, it's Low Koreani.
Yeah.
So you only speak...
Oh, actually, I speak Low Koreani and Khitan, because that's where we had the big battles.
Okay. So, yeah, he does. You start speaking Ceres, and Ceres looks at you.
That's right. Forgot. And I'll switch to Low Katani.
What's Erdu Kenny? What's that?
I don't know off the top of
Erdukene.
I don't know off the top of my head. I'll get back to you on that one.
It's the Arcanis equivalent of Arabic.
There, I speak those three.
Okay, so I'll pick a language that we both know, something that's not in Koreani or common.
Okay. Yes.
They play charades.
No, that is a bottle.
All right, Ceres. It looks like there might be something else happening soon. But I need a promise from you first.
Like another party?
A little more serious than this, Ceres.
Oh, okay. Who I kill?
That's going to be the problem. We
Okay.
can't do anything yet.
I don't like this plan.
I know you weren't going to like it. That's why I wanted to talk to you first about it. We have to be patient. We're going to have to wait. Mm-hmm.
I do. I've waited 5 minutes. If this is about dinner, I waited all through dinner and didn't kill the Mr. Fancy Pants.
Well, depending how things go. Because I have a feeling we're going to have to fuck him up.
Okay, kill Mr. Fancy Pants. I got you. Don't you worry about that.
Patience first. We gotta wait.
Yeah, I got patience. I'll wait until he's in front of me.
No. We have to play this one smart, Ceres. We have to play this one smart.
I am. I kill him.
No, I needed to promise me first.
What?
You're not going to do anything until the rest of us do something first.
I never do. When was the last time you caught me doing something without your permission?
Do you want the list of this morning?
No.
I genuinely expected you to say yes.
Knock on the door.
I was watching Mars go, oh crap, I gotta think of a list of all the things I told him not to do.
Oh, I still remember most of it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was a great person. I do good. I promise you that you will not catch me killing Mr. Fancy Pants before anyone else gets a chance to.
I'm going to put my hand on the back of Ceres' head and just kind of bring him in close. Just kind of look him eye to eye. It's like, no, Ceres, this one we really have to be careful with. Do you understand me?
No.
You hear a knock on your door.
Okay, I follow you. Don't you worry. I got you. I won't do anything bad. I promise. I swear upon the 4 pounds left.
Yes, the Major Domo has been knocking on the door for a moment.
Oh, well, Adita had already opened the door and been waiting for him.
Oh, okay. So the Major Domo is present.
Excellent. Signore, I have an urgent message for the General of a private nature relating to his personal interests. Could you deliver it to him for me? I hand him a note.
He bows. Give me a persuasion check. Adita.
I was like, can I do anything to assist her?
Right? Can Theodora persuade him?
Would you like to give him a guide? Would you like to give her a guidance,
I would like to
Theodora?
give her a guidance. I want to give her some kind of bonus. Because roll 20 is being roll 20.
Roll 20.
Okay, so Adita, give me a persuasion. You get to roll a d4 and add it to your roll.
Okay. I appreciate that how much folks have enjoyed the romantic role play between Nico and Ceres. It's been really meaningful. Oh, and then I need to roll a d4.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so a 17, please, sir.
And
Yes,
he
sir.
is
Whoever
a human, so you get your +1 Val bonus as well.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll take that 18.
He will bow.
By the way, we'll have the Yaoi later for Ceres and Nico.
Oh no.
No, yes.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
is that technically... Oh, well, that's interspecies, so is it really yaoi?
It is, actually. It's still Yaoi.
Okay, so the Major Domo leaves, and the evening progresses. I assume you all retire for the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
As
Before we retire...
Hold on. Theodore would have gone to go have a chat with her cousin, though. If her cousin isn't busy.
Ceres, where are you going?
What? There's people and things, and look, she's leaving. Theodora's leaving. I'm going with Theodora. Look, Theodora, I'm going with you.
Theodora, is he going with you?
Yeah, right, Theodora, we're going together. God, Theodora.
Ceres,
Yeah.
you really need to behave while we're here.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And she's gonna kiss his forehead.
But he's gonna go to sleep, and while he goes to sleep, I'm gonna do my teeth.
You can go ahead and go visit your cousin.
Okay.
She has her retinue of Larissan priests, and she welcomes you into her room.
Right.
And she's, cousin, that story was beautiful.
Oh, not as beautiful as your dancing. Oh my God, your dance was so wonderful. I'm so proud of you.
Yes, I'm just so excited. You've done so well for yourself with your stint in the Legion, and your friends are fascinating. I gotta know, there's probably never a dull moment with them, is there?
Oh no, there really isn't. I mean, I left and like the Ceres was trying to get out and he was gonna cause all kind of chaos. So I mean, it's always entertaining and always a good time. They're like become a second family to me.
Family is an amazing thing. But I have something.
No.
She turns, she's like, I have wine.
Theodora's gonna be so excited and just be like, I will never turn down wine.
Okay. As the night progresses, the Larissans imbibe. I need Nico.
Theodore totally won't chat up Adita.
I need Nico, Adita, and Ceres, when he gets back, to roll me perception checks for the dead of the night.
Before we turn in,
Maybe we would have strung a bell or something to make sure that no one snuck into the room. That's kind of that perception.
before we turn in, while Theodora is carousing with her incredibly attractive cousin, Adita will actually escort Theodora to her cousin's room
Oh, okay.
and sit awkwardly in the corner while you have a grand time.
No, Theodore, there's no sitting awkwardly in the corner. There is only pulling you in for all of the socialization.
Which is great because it's what a wonderful opportunity for Adita to hide the jade elephant.
Where are you gonna hide? Where are you gonna hide it?
Oh, while the ladies are carousing and telling their stories to each other, drinking their wine and dancing around. Describe the room to me.
Okay. Describe Oriana's room.
Oriana's room.
Oriana's room.
Does it really matter to you how detailed I get with where I hide it?
Not particularly.
Okay. In that case, I will hide the jade elephant cleverly in Oriana's room.
Okay.
Like
Give
in
me
a way, like a decoration kind of thing?
No. Tucked into, say, the rafters.
Okay. Adita, give me a sleight of hand.
I was like, can I give a guidance for that? 'Cause I know Adidas something.
Sleight of hand, or can I use my sneakies?
This would be a sleight of hand because you're trying to palm something and hide it.
Okay.
Guidance.
Come on, roll 20. I mean, can you give me guidance?
I don't think you need it.
I mean...
It disappears into the rafters. You know exactly where it is.
I do. I know exactly where that is. And
Now...
no one else does.
By the way, Oriana will invite you to drink with her.
Okay.
As the girls are enjoying the night and imbibing.
Theodore's totally wingmanning Adita. And being like, oh, you have no idea. She has such wonderful talents. I mean, and what you thought she was a smooth talker. She's totally wonderful with her tongue in certain other ways too. Like, not even trying to be subtle.
So, let me go back to Nico and Ceres, who are stuck in the other room.
Yep.
As the evening is progressing.
There's one thing I want to do before bed.
What is the one thing you want to do?
While Theodora and Adita go out, I'm going to take everyone's guns, clean them up a little bit, make sure they're loaded, just ready to go. Just kind of make sure all of our weapons are nice and ready. But as I'm doing that, just kind of saying a few prayers to Kadik in the back of my mind. Because especially thinking over what Theodora would have told him, just kind of mentally planning that, making sure things get put right.
Can I also do something, Dave?
Yes.
I'm gonna go pass out on the bed.
Okay.
Everyone else is being boring. No one will let me leave. This is very upsetting. I'm going to go to sleep. You clean your gun, as Adita says. I'll polish them.
Nico, As the night progresses, you hear someone walking down the hall. We're talking about almost 2 a.m. You're finished cleaning up. The girls are having their nightcap. And the reason why you're kind of alerted, someone is trying to sneak by. And then you hear kind of a loud, echoing click in the hallway.
I will make my way over, at least have one of my daggers on me, and just carefully try to open the door.
As you open the door to peer out, you see there seems to be a servant walking through the corridor now.
One of the mute servants or a different one?
You just see a servant. He's wearing the customary servant outfit.
Everyone's gonna get switched around in a second. I have to turn off the cameras.
Did I see which door he was going to?
No. You see now he's just walking through the corridor.
I'm actually going to put the dagger down, and I'll go after him quietly.
Okay, give me a stealth. 13. Give me 1 second.
Oh, we leveled up?
No, not yet.
Aw.
Aw,
That
man.
20 health is...
But you
that
made the
20
level
health
up
is-
noise.
That 20 health is very
That was
intimidating
just
for
the
me.
victory sound.
All right.
Give me a level up noise.
You follow him quietly. He doesn't seem to react. He turns down into like a cubby near one of the doors to one of the guest rooms. And there he seems to be doing something. He seems to like find like a little hole, and he seems to be setting up a device.
What kind of device?
Give me 1 second. Give me an intelligence check. You're not sure.
Can he tell if it's a trap or something like that?
He's not sure.
How many of these would I have seen him set up?
He's only setting up this one.
Do I know whose room this might be?
This appears to be Atlas Valverdin's room. The tall ginger.
With so many names, I'm trying to remember.
That's the brawny guy that we rescued from being flirted with.
All right, and does he keep on going somewhere else afterwards?
He turns around and he looks down where he came from, and he starts to move away.
Away as in down the hall?
Yeah. And as he's coming down, oh! I'm sorry. Ooh, you startled me there, sir.
Sorry about that. Just had some trouble sleeping. I figured just taking a quiet little walk just to clear my head would help.
Oh, no. I completely understand. Sometimes, after having such a nice feast, you want to, go about.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't quite catch your name.
Oh, I'm just a lowly servant here, sir. Yeah, you don't need my name.
Nah, I mean, but it's awful rude to not know someone's name. So, just what do I call you? What do you want me to call you?
You can just call me, hey, servant.
I'm gonna put my arm around his shoulder and just kind of walk back down that hall. Pretty much kind of turning him around and just walking back.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I have to go and continue my duties.
Oh, no, don't worry. And at this point, I am speaking loudly.
All right.
No. Don't you worry. I mean, we are having such a nice conversation right now.
Theodora, Adita, and Ceres, you can roll a perception check with advantage. You all hear Nico proclaiming loudly in the hall exactly what he said.
And I'm going to make sure we kind of slowly walk by that door he was setting that little device on and just kind of see if he reacts to it. I'm not going to point it out. I'm just going to kind of start walking him closer and see if he reacts.
For now, I do have to duck out.
Well, I was going to say, we're going to find out exactly what happens next week. So make sure you tune in, everybody. But before we go, let us go ahead and give a quick round of other project people are working on. Ceres, since you have to leave, what are you working on, buddy?
Currently not working on anything, but I may have something in the works eventually that I can share. I hope you all have a wonderful night. I love you all. Bye.
Be well.
Bye.
Be safe.
Nico. Whoa, now we're all over the place.
Now we're really all over the place.
Haha, I am the DM. But yeah, name's Mars, and you could also catch me Monday nights on Random Encounter Productions for the Disaster and Danger podcast.
All right, Theodora, go.
I am Shura. I am a variety streamer. Currently doing Animal Crossing. Going to be doing Pokemon later on this month when the new one comes out. And I could be found. Well, this is Mars's. Wait, I'm gonna pick the correct one. I swear. Okay, this is Mars's group, and this one's mine. Whoops. I have all of the wrong windows open.
Yay! Too many tabs. It's
Too many tabs.
Human.
Just way too many tabs.
In the meanwhile, Heidi, what do you have going on?
Oh, hey, yes. Hey, Heidi Hogarden, your general voiceover artist at large. So you can actually find me on Casting Call Club as Senora Medusa. Yeah, I've got a couple of projects in the works that I am hopefully allowed to talk about soon, but right now NDAs are a thing. So,
Ooh.
I know, I can't actually tell you any of the cool things because NDAs, right? But that's okay because we'll be able to talk about it next month. Fun times, friends.
All right. Lastly, I have an announcement. As you guys know, I'm GM Dave. I'm your host for Roleplay Games. I am a variety streamer. We stream a variety of different games. Currently working on Dark Souls 3. I'm going to be doing a review on Elden Ring because this weekend I'm part of the closed network test. So super excited about that. And I also sometimes stream workouts. Lastly, starting next week, Tuesday, and bi-weekly going forward, I'm going to be part of another D&D 5e group. I'm putting the link right now. It's going to be at Stat Monkey Presents on Twitch, where we're going to be playing also in the world of Arcanis, the Shattered Empires. And before we go, as I always like to say, do something for your mental health. Do something for your physical health every single day. You deserve to take care of yourself. And like the Burnished Band, you too should go on your own adventures. So ensure that you can do that. And until we meet again, my friends, remember to always, and I mean always, crit those gains!
Bye-bye!
And we'll see you on the next stream. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye now.
Wonderful time.